Merry Meetle. So sorry for delays in doing a blog post. It's been a while. I know. Yes, it's a very grey, rainy day. It's actually a stormy day. I'm surprised we haven't had more storms at Lugh, because Lugh's time of the deluge and also thunderstorms. It's where I like to connect to Thor as much as I can these times. And this would be my first. Yeah, it wasn't. No, it was kind of bad still. This is the first time my duckies have been in a real thunderstorm. Yes, the mess. Oh days. And Marilyn should be under the hut, who's run for cover. Hey Bridget, she's the daring one. And my ducks are like, ooh, rain, we love the rain. But I am actually going to park my caboose over in a greenhouse. I so need to get onto water capture and everything here, but you know, there's only so much one can do at once, financially and time-wise. And I don't know what it is, but it actually stinks here. I think there's something going on with the sewage. Not good, Jan. But anyway, oh, Marilyn's being brave, hooing. So I've got some more materials to make a second apex. I took down the cover from the tunnel, 4 meter tunnel greenhouse, which you could walk in. But I just don't like the tunnel, prefer an apex. Just gonna semi-hang this so water can drain, so I can still see my quackadees. And anyway, so I've turned my computer off, and because we're at lunchtime, but everything's pretty dark. So yes, my mess of a greenhouse, but she'll be right. I have got myself some candles. I still haven't done everything in here, flooring and shelving and, you know, propagation trays, seed trays, all that sort of jazz. But again, slowly, surely, we'll get onto stuff. I might have to talk a little bit louder because of the rain. Hang on. How am I going to set we up? We'll set we up over here like this as I get my candles. And well, what's in my bag? Okay, it's a bit of a diary post today. So to buckle in for a thunderstorm in my greenhouse, I have got my lunchbox of salad and beans. I love my beans. We got some candles, and I'm just surprised at Marilyn woohooing because he'd usually be hiding for his life underneath his little red house. But he's feeling brave, probably because I'm outside here as well. So let's put some candles on and get ourselves sorted. And I'll get into where I'm up to in the greenhouse and doing of things. Let's hang her. My star, let's hang her towards the front there. And yeah, but yeah, sorry I haven't been recording. I usually like to record at least once a week. I honestly haven't even been able to get into my yarn crafting, just time wise. I've been at the Gillis Street campus here in Ballarat, Fed Uni / TAFE. And I just haven't been able to manage my time as I usually would. Mind you, I always struggle with time management a little because I tend to do too much and then wonder why I don't get it all done because I have too much planned to do, sort of thing. Oh, I love the sound of thunder. It's just beautiful. I know a lot of people get scared of it, but I actually like it. I like it. Let's get... Oh, Marilyn, dude, really? You're gonna hoo even though you're undercover Yeah, such a funny thing. Love my animals. Right, let's get this one going. Let's get an incense stick going. I would have to say, you could probably, you know what, if you did I'll wait till I sit down, because you're probably hardly going to hear me recording this otherwise. Just give me a moment. He sets up. Not that dark that we need candles, but I just feel cozy. Hello, wee spider. And it's not freezing or anything like that. It's just cozy weather. It's kind of nice. Something I love about autumn, yeah, time of the deluge and storms and stuff, but it's not freezing. It's still got that warmth. Whoa, we're going to be so flooded. But no, I think there's definitely something going on with the sewage over there, because I can smell sewage, and there's an old pipe there. And this plum tree, oh my gosh. People, you really need to make sure when you plant a tree. Okay, how do I rephrase this? When you plant something that's a stone fruit, like a Asiatic tree, in an area like here in Australia, the chances of it becoming an absolute pain in the ass is really high. And basically, I think the root system is even underneath the house. I think it's gone through pipes. Now I'm renting, it's not really my problem, but still, you know, don't do it. Plant it in a pot, or make sure you're on an acreage and it's very far from plumbing and things like that. Here Marilyn's he's competing with the thunder. Oh days. So I'm hoping everyone's good, and I just love that view. You can see my Wookiees, you can see the duckies a little bit. Yeah, there's a kitchen trolley there. I actually want to bring it into here, but I'm leaving out so the rain can give it a wash for me. And I have a cup of dirty coffee, black coffee. So anyway, I love a greenhouse, I really do. I have, so I've got enough materials here to make another one like this. It's 4.5 meters in length, 2 meters high. You know, it's got windows on the side, but I find the windows on these things a pain in the ass. They tend to capture the wind and get blowy, and this location where I've got the greenhouse, I don't really need windows. It's got enough shade from the house, but enough sunlight. So it's a nice temperate location for a greenhouse for things that just don't like to get fried, you know. Also having the fence here and then the wall of the house. It's a good location to stop the wind carrying things away, if you like. So anyway, so what is new? My duckies. So I've got 2 more duckies. So I've got my Fenrir, my beautiful black cayuga, and I've also got another rowan, but a pure rowan, not a rowan cross, and that is Sigrid. Poor Buffy Moose, the Vorwerk chicken. She is losing all her feathers. She's going through a really hard molt, and obviously she's also not laying eggs because she's going through a hard molt. it's one of those things, you start seeing the feathers come off. You go, oh gosh, not mites. But I haven't seen anything like that. And she's not laying eggs, so it's rare that they lay eggs while they're molting. For chickens, that is. What else? Yeah, I've just been struggling with time. Whoa, that's strong. Been struggling with time. Just, I need a sip. Hang on. But you know, you keep at it. You keep pushing, and I do put too much on my plate, but I just expect a lot from myself. I really do. Probably a bit of a side effect of bringing myself up. You know, I didn't. Of course, I got parents, I got family, but we're estranged now, and they didn't really bring me up. It wasn't my grandparents' fault. They had custodianship of me, but my mum sort of took me away, sort of thing, and severed all contact so they couldn't find us. So I ended up bringing myself up. So I think that's why I can be extra hard on myself at times, because I expect a lot from myself, which is good, but it can also be, you know, so. Now, what are we looking at? What are we doing? Alrighty. Seeds. I have not been on my seed game for such a long time now. I really haven't, and it's kind of bad of me, but again, what do you do? Things are what they are. You're struggling with time. You can do so much. Let's get my water can. Now, usually I get tempted to just plant everything up in one go. But what I actually am doing now is I'm planting something every day, and I need 2 hands for this can. So hang on. Just going to do that. I definitely want to do something about my camera situation, but I can't yet. I'm getting a new computer. Well, it's a government computer that's being refurbished, and I've got it on lay-by, and it should be out of lay-by and in about 4 weeks, and then I'll get it delivered. That said, I most likely will also need to get myself a laptop, just so that if I'm assessing things on site, and I can do things like my topography right there and then, doing landscape and that sort of thing. So, but I don't need that right now. I just needed a computer which was fast enough and up to date. Basically for TAFE uni, but long term as well. I mean, I've wanted to edit my own videos for such a long time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn, but my computer's just too old for that. And the software, you know, is not up to date for that, so I kind of haven't really been able to do that. So, but anyway, so we've got a computer coming, so a look out. I've got dribs and drabs of recordings here and there, and I might even try and do compilations of old videos together, sort of thing. Such as, you know, I did a lot of recordings just on the growth and the harvest of one particular plant, and I wouldn't mind summating that into like one vlog. I think that would be cool as a reference point, because as you know, a lot of the things I did was basically for reference point. Now I'm wondering where I've got them in the house, my tags. Yeah, I do. Let's go get the tags. I hate cold coffees. My coffee's gone almost cold already. Are you sitting me? Where does time go, man? Mr. Merrill. So yeah, today's a bit of a meandering vlog, but you know, c'est la vie. It stinks right there in that spot, like about 30 centimeters from the upside down pot, and there's an old pipe right there. And hello, Mr. Merlin. What you doing, buddy? Oh, you're loving the ducks love the rain. It's like they do the full salute when the rains are starting. Hello, my babies. Oh, Freya, look at you. Look at you, girl. Oh, Sigrid, Fenrir. Oh, look at my little black Noggy. You're such a sweetie. Oh, you know what they want? They want to go walking around in the rain and mud. But not while there's still thunderstorms going around. When the thunders stop, then I might let them. Hello, puppy. Oh, my poor Buffy Boo. Look at your missing feathers. They'll grow up, but they'll grow back prettier. Yeah. I still haven't done everything I need to do with the runs, chicken or the duck, but again, we'll get there. I need to buy, in a couple of weeks, I need to get, I've got a pair of Ugg boots coming, short ones, but I need to get long ones for the cold days, because it does get freaking cold. I also need to get some new sneakers. I also need to get actual hardware cloth. So you got chicken wire, and then you got hardware cloth. Little sparrows can't go through that. And I've mentioned this in the past. The wall where I have the door, there's like poop, sparrow poop all over the freaking handle and that, because they just they go in there and then they sit in the frame. And I want to replace the entire wall of chicken wire on the other side, which is where the door is, so the sparrows can't do that. I don't mind the chicken wire at the... I'm just looking going, shit, I hope that's not leaking somewhere. I don't mind chicken wire at the front, because I like to be able to see my birds, and there's a trick I'm going to do so you won't even see the chicken wire at one point when I do what I'm going to do. Hey, Shah. She was hiding. Not a fan of the rain, Shah, especially the thunder. Yeah, so in a couple of weeks on my shopping list, I've got to get new sneakers, tall Ugg boots that go up to my knees, just under my knees, for the colder days. So yeah, the hardware cloth, sorry, tall Ugg boots and new sneakers. And then after that, I think I make my final payment to get my computer. And then after that, I'm going to finally get materials to do a better chicken coop, better run. I will need to get I have to replace my drill. I also want to buy a drill driver. So that will be then. So slowly, surely. I mean, I wanted to have the run and the chicken house and the duck hut for outside that I haven't done yet. Done before even autumn commenced, but again, what do you do? Time is what it is. That's where it is. Sorry, I had to sort of think there for a moment. Looking for my tags for seeds. Shall we do this whole? Yeah, we'll do this whole. Such a mess. I've got to do vacuuming and cleaning and all sorts. But again, just time's been what it is. Yeah. Come on, fuzzy butt. Talking to my cat. It's either fuzzy face or fuzzy butt. We tend to sort of change what we're saying. The worst of it might have already passed, I think. Cloud-wise, thunder-wise. We'll see. Yeah, so there's a pipe right there. And that's where the smell seems to be coming up from this little section here. Bloody hell. I can't understand when people own properties and they just let them go. You know what I mean? Like, and then they cut cost when things are really bad, which means that they don't fix the actual problem. And they just waste money and time doing that. Like, just maintain the place in the first place. It's, do you know what I mean? Like, and if you can't, don't own a property, especially renting it out. That's, you know, people just, oh, I don't know. Hey, Mr. Merlin. You're a funny boy. Yeah, you're a funny boy. You're very loved. Yes, you are. Sweet pea. So what am I growing? I'm so sorry. My post right now probably is all over the place. I do want to get red tags, which means I'm probably going to have to go inside. Yeah, don't want to. I'm just going to use a plain old tag for now. Okay, let's sit this on my lap. Oh, Marilyn, dude. He's at least not loud like some roosters are just, woohoo. Yeah. But I don't know, it's weird. I had some guy, you know, who's doing the spraying for the mold once we had the ceiling replaced, or the roof I should say. And he's like, oh, I live out, like, it's like, someone's got a rooster and it drives me nuts. And like, it's like, it's louder than mine obviously, because he doesn't mind mine. And I'm like, oh, you maybe get out onto an acreage. Oh yeah, I am on an acreage. And I'm thinking, oh fucking, excuse my French, but fucking hell, man. Like, what? Where do the animals, farm animals, roosters, ducks, where do they all go? And like, I say this because the person obviously used to live in the city. And they've gone to the country thinking that it's just going to be dead silent, you know. And it's like, these same people probably eat eggs. Or, you know, or whatever comes from the farm animals. And then they bitch when they go to the country because they can hear farm animals. And it's like, oof, fucking go back to the city. Excuse my French. It just really irritates me. Like, just, if you're going to leave the city, leave your city shit behind. Or don't come into the country or regional country areas. I even though I was fine in the city, I was never like, oh, the city is just everything and I think I'm fantastic because I'm in the city. And if anything, I always knew eventually that's what I wanted. I knew that eventually I would always come out into country or regional. Like, I would have to say that I have spent most of my life in the pursuit of knowledge and living in the city. You know, literally I lived over the Melbourne library. So I was living in the QV. And I moved out to the city suburbs, but it's still the city. You know what I mean? It's literally like 10 minutes on the tram and you're in the city. But it was never like, yeah, I'm going to stay here. And I worked and trained hard. Yeah, it was nice to go out every now and again, but it wasn't my modus operandi for being in the city in the first place. I just, you know, I prefer a book and I prefer study opposed to noise and just, you know, that sort of shit everywhere. But anyway, I'm like, oh man, just stay in the fucking, don't come to the country. Especially when they start bringing the weird politics shit. A lot of people that live in the country who have been brought up in the country, they don't want to deal with communist propaganda. If they wanted that shit, they would have been in the city. Do you know what I mean? So when people try and escape the city because things get bad, because eventually communism does blow up in your face, it's good to a certain point. I can understand why some people will go for it, but the long-term effect of communism is you lose all your freedoms. Everyone loses their freedoms, and then people, you know, run for cover and try and escape. And it's like, you allowed it. you voted it in. You virtue signalled it in, and now you're dealing with the consequence. You're going to go to a regional area, and when you go there, you're going to turn it into the same shithole that you left because you allowed it and created it from your compliance. So yeah, anyway, that was a massive rant and digression, but anyway, I thought I just had to say it. So I've got bundled here my legumes. I'm going to have to do a second recording most likely because I've just rambled. So I'm actually going to, I have planted up, well, I've got seeds ready to go for nasturtiums. I've got my moon, I've got salmon colour, I've got an India. I've also got some beets as well, beet seeds. And so basically every day I'm doing 1 to 3 trays of seedlings. Not all at one go, like I usually do. And I'll be getting my seedlings going again. But yeah, so no, maybe I won't need to do a second post. This is more of just of an update and a meander here as the storms come and go. Getting away from my computer inside. So yeah, when I get my computer, I finally should be able to put some old videos together and start doing editing of videos. I've never really edited videos, so it'll be interesting. But anyway, an apology for not being consistent with my vlogging. It's been a lot doing the Hort 3, and it's where I've struggled the most is just being around other people, just hearing constant noise. I can't think. Like literally I'm just present, and then when I come home, that's when I study and do work, because I just can't think when people are around me. And I've been struggling as well with my neck. I can't sit down with my hips as well. I can't sit down like that and also look down like for long stretches of time without aggravating the permanent injuries I've got. And so that's been interesting to try and manage that. But anyway, onwards and upwards. I love my birds. They're just so beautiful. Mr. Merlin, look at that afro. It's just adorable. My beautiful boy. Yeah. I love my boys. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's the other thing too, is the blokes in the bird world, they get a really tough rap. You know, they get pretty much chopped up. And I just wish there's more homes for them, sort of thing, and people just didn't have freaking cats and dogs. Like, get some duckies, they're just adorable. I mean, look at that. Hello, Bubby. Oh, Suna, you're such a grot. Yeah, you're such a grot. But look at Fawn, isn't he just sweet? He's just so beautiful. Yo, they love their cuddles, they wag their tails, they like their necks scratched, their bellies rubbed. And they're so spoiled. Just beautiful. But anyway, that's it from me. And oh, very quickly, we'll finish off looking at my artichoke. Far out Brussels sprout. That's over 10 feet high. Isn't that insane? Absolutely nuts. So I've got 2 kinds of chokes. Here's a shorter choke. There's a couple there. Anyway, blessed be Mary Part. Thank you for sticking with me. And I'll try and get consistent with my uploads again. And this is where I'm putting the other apex. This is where the tunnel was. And I've moved the frame of the tunnel over there, which is 4.5 metres.